Be me, 11 Go. Summer. Visit grandparents in Oregon. Go on hunting, camping trip with dad and granddad. In a woods. MP4. Typical camping trip for the first 2 days. On third day while walking looking for animals get feeling of being watched. That night we do the usual. Build fire. Grill sausages on fire. Eat and chat for a bit. Still feel like him being watched but don't mention it. After some time we decide to go to bed. We have 2 tents, one with me and dad and one with grandpa. After some time get waken up to sound of grandpa calling my name. Don't wake up dad for some reason. Get flashlight and go out. Don't know how much time I had slept but the fire was completely out with no embers. Walking direction of grandfather's voice while calling him. After a few minutes of walking my grandpa and dad come up behind me asking why I'm calling for grandpa. Tell them I heard grandpa calling for me. They tell me they were both asleep. What? PNG. While walking back we all hear my granddad's voice from behind us call my name. Now we're very spooked because grandpa was walking in front of us. We quickly walk to the campsite after that and pack up to leave. Still hear grandpa's voice while packing and walking to the car. We drive back to my grandparent house. During the drive dad and grandpa are both silent. The sun is rising when we reach. We go to bed. Ask my granddad about it after waking up and he tells me it's best not to bring it up. Can tell by his voice he's serious. It's been 15 years since then. Granddad died 4 years ago. Be me, Op. Op is off work bored. Op's stupid cat comes in. Stuck up cat.jpg. Glare at each other. Watch Stargate for first time. MFW how the fuck have I not seen this? It has Kurt Russell in it. MFW I realize this is what the Disney cartoon Atlantis was based off of. New favorite cult film. Back on track Finnish movie, loved Ra's dialect. Op is huge faggot and wants to speak like Ra. Down the YouTube wormhole we go. Learn ancient poem. Cat on top of fridge stupid fucking human. Glares at cat cat glares back. Fuck you cat I'm about to talk like Ra. Sing poem. MFW stupid fucking cat sits straight up and wags tail. Keep singing. Stupid fucking cat. Cat comes and sits in lap and purrs. Keep singing. Cat fucking affectionately nudges me with head. Stop singing. MFW cat just looks at me. Pretend thighs never happened. JPG. Stupid fucking cat. Stupid fucking human. B 2014. B dating a girl who was not okay, and I was not okay. We were both pretty broken in nearly equal ways. Get started to be roped into a cult by the hippies in town. It's centered around Dikshaw meditation and some guy named Bhagavan. Totally _not heavens _gate and totally not Jonestown.exe is running. I do, however, have some experiences in the meditations that were mind-blowing. I met motherfucking Baphomet. I met the goat with a human torso, and upon greeting me on an Old Norse hill on an overcast day, he showed me beheading my abusive stepfather as if it were Viking times. Kinda freaked me out. Stopped doing a lot of the meditations associated with them and abandoned spirituality shortly thereafter. There was a lone practice I remembered how to do from it, a meditation where you inhale golden light, and exhale black smoke, inhale relaxation, exhale stress. Repeat until there is no more smoke. Be me, 2019. About to be homeless and in a different state from everyone I know. One day, I have an urge to do this practice. I had started doing it for the first time in 5 years a week or so prior, when I only did it over a 4-month period to begin with. I begin like usual, inhale golden light. My entire self and my mind's eye turns gold instantly. Exhale, there is no smoke, not black, not even white like I was used to. It was so clear, that it changed the way I looked at spirituality. I got into ritual magic 6 months later. Spontaneously manifest an escape from the situation and go from no escape to escaped within 24 hours. Be me, 2022. Listening to Damien Eccles on YouTube. Started listening because I liked his books, and some simple practices from his books applied over time yielded tangible results. He describes the ritual from above as a grounding ritual, to a T. Be me. Succubus. Be summoned by a boy with low self-esteem and mental issues. Just another Tuesday. He doesn't even know the basics of energy work and spiritual working. Whatever. Make myself known by him in various different ways, example given, moving objects, playing with his electronics, touching his whiner in prostate 24/7, give him wet dreams where I make myself literally known. He finally accepts my presence, and welcomes me into his life. Happiness. He starts to work on his spiritual abilities. He develops a simple method of telepathy, but it works. Nothing but honey and love in our relationship for a couple of months. Suddenly, he reads about succubi stealing life force. Confusion.png. He starts to be distant. Thinks I'm harming him in ways he can't comprehend. The relationship's trust is broken. He makes the UN summoning ritual. Things are done. Investigate about the maker of the succubi life stealers post. He seems to be a religious figure in his community. Witness, in horror as him starts to chew a baby's penis. Get as far as I could from him. Never again. Bit of a long story, be patient and ignore the bad grammar. Be me. Mentally stable, got psychological evaluation and have nothing but the basic anxiety and depression. Laying in bed one night, wondering where it all went wrong. Start putting myself in a scenario like if you could talk to your past self right now, what would you say? Tell hypothetical past me to stay on the path he's on and not the path I took. Tell him if it goes wrong for him the same way it went wrong for me, to do the exact thing I was doing right now. Pass the message on to the other me's in hope that they can do it right in their universe. Start wondering what the fuck I'm going on about. This was supposed to be a hypothetical thing, why does it feel like I'm genuinely communicating with myself in my mind? Have what can only be described as an orgasm without the rush of serotonin. Start twitching. See myself multiply within myself in my mind, if that makes any sense. Feel like that one galaxy brain meme. See in my mind's eye a flat plane that curved up but I could also see past the plane? Kind of like a tesseract or something but also not. All of it just suddenly cuts off. Almost start crying. What the fuck? Can't sleep for almost the rest of the night. Nothing I saw was seen physically, all just in my head and I know I wasn't dreaming. I don't ever have dreams relating to anything like that. Anyone else have similar experiences, can tell me what happened? Be me. My brother and I are walking to work together. We both work at the same place. Very foggy as we're walking. Heaps of people walking the streets. It's about 9 AM. Above in the foggy sky there are many house-sized spaceships around 8 meters off the ground. Everyone is bewildered but kind of still going about their days. Little spaceship, the kind I can only describe as square hanglighters are darting in between the bigger spaceships. A faint outline of an invisible person can be seen at the bottom of the hanglighters. Suddenly a bogan, Australian colloquialism, similar to a redneck I guess, throws a can of beer at one of the invisible people. They fall off and hit the ground, and turn visible. It's a fucking alien kid, he looks pissed. He takes off his helmet, he looks completely human except for what I can describe as jackhammer-shaped forearms. Everyone's telling the alien kid to beat the fuck out of the bogan. Kid jumps on this dude's back and begins beating him to death with his jackhammer arms that vibrate. Everyone laughs. And then I woke up, pretty cool dream NGL. Be me, camping in the Colorado wilderness with GF and our 2 dogs, Chihuahua and German Pointer. Do some hiking with just the Pointer, Chihuahua is too small for a hike. Go near an abandoned mine, sneak in even though it was closed to public. Look around, mildly spooky but nothing special. Go to entrance of mine, smells really bad like the smelly kid in school on turbocharge plus rotten meat. We decide to leave, We think it's a dead animal and maybe a bear was nearby. We were deep in bear country. Pointer is scared and cowering. We go back to our campsite. That night we are starting to wind down and the fire is almost out when the smell returns. Pointer is scared shitless, cowering in tent and crying. Sounds like something big is walking around the perimeter of the camp, out of sight of the dying firelight. Chihuahua is not scared, however. Normally he's timid, docile and super friendly, not typical ankle biter but not right now. Killmati activated. JPG. He's on a leash, but going apeshit, barking and snarling and trying to go after whatever is in the dark. After a while, the smell goes away and we don't hear anything walking around anymore. And that's the story of how my Chihuahua scared off a Bigfoot/skinwalker/bear. Not sure what it was, but sounded bipedal. May have been my imagination since I lurk/x/, but there were very creepy vibes. May do an in-depth green text top someday if there's interest, but that's the gist. Gave my Chihuahua a burger from McDonald's for being fearless and saving us. Fuck it. Here's the story of how I unlocked lucid dreaming, until I got cocky and I lost it. Be me. 20 years old, in the army. Doing a CQ shift, that's a 24-hour guard shift, but really just at the front desk making sure other soldiers don't bring whores into the barracks. Go to the shop to get some BFC monster cans for my team leader and I base has solar panels on the side and bottom of all street lights, charged during the day, on the night. On top of solar panel on the side, I see an absolutely humongous owl perched on the side of it. When I say humongous, I mean the size of a minivan if it was standing up on its back bumped. Shitbricks.exe. Pull over, get out of my car. The owl is moving, like, the way a regular owl would move, like just looking around. I am more scared than I have ever been, more than any time when I was in Afghanistan. Slowly and nervously walk towards it, can't believe my eyes. It's like my feet were made of concrete by how hard it was to move them forward. I think to myself, wake up, wake up, wake up, I feel asleep at the CQ desk, I'm going to get in trouble, wake up, wake up, wake up. Get closer to the owl. Be me, 6 years old or so. Playing with an RC car at a park with my dad. Notice he and a few other people are looking at the sky. See a small dot in the sky. Lady nearby says it's a star. Dad says in the middle of the day? At the same time he says that, the star fucking moves. It slides in the air diagonally for a couple seconds and stops. At this point my dad starts filming on his BlackBerry. The dot repeats this process of moving for a couple seconds and then stopping exactly 3 times. I shit you not, after the third movement we watch the dot stretch and fly off at ridiculous acceleration and speed, a bit like Star Trek but faster acceleration. The lady nearby WTFS, and me and dad go home. When we get home to watch the video from his BlackBerry, the dot is nowhere to be seen. Years later when he gets a new phone we go through the pics in the BlackBerry for shits and giggles. The dot is fully visible now. Included the last part in case it matters.